If you're anything like me at this stage of Football Manager, you've already signed most of the players that everyone's talking about. You know the kind of guys that you're going to sign in pretty much every save. But today, I'm going to try and help you change that up by giving you 11 players that, one, are very good, but two, I don't think you would have heard of or signed before. These are guys I've all had experience with on the game, and I think they're all top talents that you guys definitely need to give a try if you want to try and make your FM game a little bit more fresh. And I won't waste any time. We'll get right into the list, which is going to have a player for every position, but I won't do it in any particular order. And we start off with the left back in today's video, and this is someone that I've used fairly recently, and he was a revelation really on the left hand side. His name is Lucas Piton, an Italian 22-year-old playing for Vasco da Gama out in Brazil, having recently moved there from Corinthians. On the latest FM update from when they had it in the winter transfers, that's where he'll be. I don't know if he's moved since then, but yes, this is a player that can play in left back, and ideally I don't think you want to rely on him too much defensively with only 10 marking, fairly weak positioning and decent tackling, but realistically with 16 crossing, 14 corners, good pace, dribbling ability and passing, he's the kind of player that you want going forward on that left hand side, bombing forward, getting the balls into the box, a very attacking minded fullback, probably best paired with someone on the right who likes to tuck in and maybe offer a bit more cover in the defence. But for what, 6-7 million, he's a left back that could definitely play at an elite level. And I've got to say, in this video we'll have players of all different kinds of levels, some for top clubs, some for teams in the second or third tier of their nation, so hopefully something for everyone. If you do enjoy the video, smash the like button and let me know in the comments which players you're enjoying using at the minute that other people might not have heard about. If we get some good recommendations, we can hopefully make a follow-up vid about your guys' choices. But without further ado, let's get into the rest of the list. And for our next player, we're going to jump into the midfield positions with a Ghanaian international 23-year-old playing his football in France with Lens. This is Salis Abdul Samed, who, like I say, is an international for his nation that you can pick up for 7 million, and I've picked him out as a good defensive midfield option that many people won't have signed. Now, obviously, these guys aren't Rodri and Haaland, else you'd know that they exist, and also, they're maybe not Wonderkids that will go on to be the world's best in your save, because you probably know those guys already. These are the players that you probably haven't really signed before that I promise you will do a great job. He's a 5'10" defensive midfielder that can also play naturally in the centre of the park, but really he's a workhorse who likes to tackle. That's the role that you're going to want to have him in. Ball winning midfielder, defensive midfielder, whatever it is, he's someone that wants to chase a ball down and win it back. Really good physically as well, strong, quick and good in the air, combined with nice mental attributes, and also technically not too bad either. Can play a pass even if it's not going to be the most creative one in the world, and he can dribble and receives the ball well with 13 first touch. A very complete midfield option that could easily play at, say, a low-level Premier League, maybe even mid-table in the Prem, and for about 7 mil, it's hard to complain in a position where it's often hard to find a really good talent for under 30 or 40 million. I want to show you one of my favourite players in this list today though. It's Armand Laurienté, who I have covered on the channel once in the past if I remember right, because this is someone that I kind of knew existed but never really signed. And then in one of my rebuilds on my channel, which if you want to find them, you can find it linked in the description. Over there we've done a rebuild with a bunch of clubs, but in one of them, I can't remember who now, but we signed Armand Laurienté for, you know, £10 million or so, 24-year-old French winger, and he went on to be a French international and one of the world's best in his position. He can play on the left or the right pretty naturally, cuts inside from the left wing is his player trait, and with a right foot, that is probably where you're best going to want to play him on that left-hand side. It's your choice whether that be inverted winger or inside forward. You could even play him as a winger, mind you, but just be aware that with that trait, he's likely not going to go down the flanks as much and instead cut forward into a position where he can maybe create a chance for someone else or get a shot off himself. He takes a good free kick as well, which is always good to see, but his real shine is his dribbling ability and his pace. If you don't know, in this year's match engine, having someone that's either really quick, strong or good in the air, some really high physical attribute makes them play well in game. For me, the best one I see is when you've got a quick player. They seem to just absolutely tear it up, and he is a very quick direct runner who's going to be a nightmare for any fullback that has to defend him. Let's get the most boring position out of the way though, but still a very good player. It's a goalkeeper, and they're probably the position I hate talking about the most because there's not too much you can say. This is a 23-year-old Colombian by the name of Kevin Mier, who you will find at Cruz Azul out in Mexico. Having recently joined from the Colombian divisions for 2.6 million, there is clearly a decent player there, and you'll be looking at about 3 to 5 million if you want to sign him yourself. He's a very well-rounded goalkeeper, which is what I like about him. No clear weakness. He's kind of got everything to his game, decent height as well. Is he ever going to be, you know, playing for Real Madrid in goal? Maybe maybe not, but in a few years, particularly with goalkeepers who tend to develop later, this could be a top 5 league European level goalkeeper in no time. He's got great attributes all around in that sweeper keeper mold, with the 15 kick in, the decent passing, and also a tendency to rush out and a bit of eccentricity, which you might have to deal with, but not on a crazy level. I think he's a very good option if you're after a cheap goalkeeper that can play at a high level. But let's get the excitement back a bit with a midfield talent that I think is of a top class and probably the most talented player in this whole video. It's Juan Sforza, who plays for Newell's Old Boys out in Argentina, Messi's former club, of course. If you didn't know, he's a 21-year-old who in this save on day one is wanted by Arsenal, Liverpool, Spurs and West Ham. So clearly a real talent. And if you're looking for a goal scorer from midfield or someone that's also going to be able to dictate play, he could be the guy for you. Now, it suggests deep line playmaker here in that central midfield spot. I think you could easily train him to be a DM, but for me, I think you want him in this centre mid role with that player trait of play simple short passes. He's got the passing, the vision and technique to really start linking up the play. Really good mental and physical attributes too, but what I like a lot is he has 12 finishing, 14 long shots and good dribbling ability. So if you do have him on Mazzala or central midfielder on the attack and he gets into those shooting areas, he's likely going to get a goal or two from it. I mean, 14 long shots, it's always fun to watch in game when you have a player like that. And for about 5 or 6 million at age 21, he's obviously going to get way better. And I mean, if you see clubs like this interested in a 21-year-old in Argentina, there's probably a reason why he is a very good player. Let's hit the centre back next. So in the team, as we go for Moritz Jenz of Wolfsburg, a 24-year-old 6'3" centre back who is overlooked by many people, I think, because he's not really a super well-known name, but he is an important player now in this Wolfsburg team, supposedly valued at about 6 million quid. This is someone that's 6'3", strong, decently quick and good in the air. And what did I say earlier? A combination of those physical attributes makes a player very good in the in-game engine, particularly with 14 heading. If you want some corner goals, he's your man. He works hard as well, good with the ball at his feet with 12 passing, 11 vision, 11 technique and nice first touch. And whilst he might not dribble past a man, he is very much a determined leader at the back who's going to throw in a tackle and also control the game with his physicality. Someone that for about 6 million quid is Premier League quality. Again, 24, you've got years left in the tank before he gets to a top level. So this is the kind of player with resale value, great ability, at a bargain price that you really can't sniff your nose up at. Let's carry on with the defenders though and take a look at a fullback, one that I've had so much success with on my own rebuilds on my channel. It's Marc Pubill of Almeria, who won't be at that club for long. I promise you, he will move pretty quickly. I signed him recently for 20 million from PSG in 3 or 4 seasons time, and he was, yeah, as you can imagine, starting off at 20 in his early mid-20s, about 23, 24, and at that point, he was one of the world's, if not the world's best right back in terms of output and also attributes. Only a few players might be able to compete with him, like your Trents and whatnot, at that point in the save. I don't know what happened to him. He had shot through the roof, but he's a 6'3" fullback who's got really good physicals, great mentals and technicals too. Just super well-rounded, a top draw, elite level defender who at the start might not be quite there, but you can see just how quickly he'll get to that level with a great base set of attributes to start with. For about 5 million quid, he is certainly a great option at right back and one of the first few that I look for when I'm starting to save myself. Moving into an advanced midfield spot though, with an attacking midfielder, I've picked out 22-year-old Hernan Lopez Munoz, who plays for Godoy Cruz, a team out in Argentina, maybe not the most famous club out there, but he's been at the club for a few seasons, originally of River Plate. He is now playing there permanently by the looks of it, and he is a fantastic number 10, 5'6", with some amazing player traits, likes to beat the opponents repeatedly, likes the ball at his feet, tries tricks, dictates tempo, comes deep to get the ball, tries killer balls often. He is maybe not the best passer in the world, so that might not be the best thing ever, but I mean, the guy's got 16 flair, 16 dribbling, 13 finishing, 14 first touch, set piece wizard as well, works well off the ball. He is going to be a very fun number 10 to watch for only about 4 million quid. For me, he is a top 6 level Premier League player, maybe not straight away, but with a year or two under his belt, he definitely will be. An attacking midfielder of the highest quality who flies under the radar, maybe because of his name and the fact that the club he's at, most people won't look at him and recognise him. I didn't myself. When my scouts found him for the first time, I was, had to have him in my team, and since I did, he has been a great player in the number 10 spot. 3 players to go though, and if you have enjoyed it to this point, make sure you do smash that like button for us and subscribe for weekly Football Manager content. Every other day we post a video, whether it's tutorials, Wonderkids, tactics, whatever you want to see, this is the place to be for FM content. Thank you for helping us get to 200k subs recently. That's crazy. Let's keep it going. So hit the subscribe button and let us know down below your favourite players in FM at the minute. But let's finish off with a final defender in our list as we go for Felix Uduokhai. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right at all, but he plays for Augsburg out in the Bundesliga. You can sign him for 7-8 million quid, and he's a great profile for a few reasons. One, pretty fun that he can play up front, but obviously he is going to be your centre-back. Two, he's left-footed. Left-footed defenders, pretty hard to come by, especially ones that are 6'4" with great strength, jumping reach, and pace too. He has got the ultimate physical profile, combined with a good work rate, decent passing ability on the ball, tackles well with great marking and positioning too. He's a leader at the back, good first touch, dribbling and heading. Genuinely no issues with this guy at all, and at 25 he's got a couple of years before he really reaches his prime. I don't know how this guy hasn't came up more often in loads of people's saves. He is a top draw centre-back, and I know there's probably a few better options out there, but for that price point, if some of the other main ones that you normally sign are gone, and you'll say, I don't know, Brentford in the Premier League, you're telling me this guy wouldn't be good enough for that level. I think he certainly would be. He is a brilliant option at the back. Out of everyone in this list, I'd say this guy might be the most signed that we're talking about, but still flies under the radar for his quality. It's Romanian international 24-year-old Denis Man of Parma. Now, he was previously at Basel, and back then he used to be a very good option to sign, and now in Italy he started to work his way to the point where he once again is a great option. Now Parma are in Serie B, so for that reason he's available for only 2 million quid for a winger that, don't get me wrong, isn't going to be the next Angel Di Maria, Lionel Messi, whatever, but this guy has definitely got it in his locker to be a top 5 European League player. I mean, he shouldn't be in the second tier with Parma. He should be at, if you're going Serie A for example, maybe a Lazio, an Atalanta, a team in the higher echelons of Italian football currently. He's got great dribbling, finishing and first touch, is going to cut in from that right wing onto his strong left foot. Inside forward has to be the role for him. No inverted winger, I would say, with 10 crossing. So if you want an inside forward on the right, Denis Man is going to be the one. He's got some nice flair as well. He's going to beat his man repeatedly as he cuts in from that right wing. Likes to slot into the channels as well and gets into the area for some goal scoring opportunities. And for only 2 million quid, even if he only scores you 1 goal ever, he's still going to be worth it. And I promise you, this guy is a 10 goal, 10 assist a season player in a top 5 European league if he's used right. Our final player though is a Brazilian by the name of John Kennedy, one of the younger ones in this list and a player with big potential, but is often overlooked for other options, particularly out of Brazil. The Brazilian 21-year-old is at Fluminense, and he is a regular starter there already at 21, which goes to show the level that this guy can be. He's got good pace and acceleration. He's going to be a direct striker with 13 finishing, 13 first touch, and 13 dribbling. The Holy Trinity at a good level, and at 21, he's going to get much better yet. By the time he's 24, 25, you'll be looking at a completely different option, and for only 7 mil, he is certainly worth it. Maybe start him as your deputy striker and eventually have him grow into being your main man. That pace is really going to help in this year's engine, particularly with the fact that he can finish as well, and he does work really well off the ball with 15 off the ball work. He is going to be someone that's making the right runs, creating opportunities, and hopefully bagging a fair few in your team as he breaks past the opposition line. For me, if I was putting a player trait on him, I'd want him to try and beat the opponent's line, try and get in behind. That's really going to help him with his attribute set, I would say, to score a goal or two. But here's my final pick in today's video. It's been a while since we've done a player list, so hopefully you have enjoyed it. If you have, smash the like button, get involved in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.